time for the AFEX commodity market update. Now we see for the week ended 28th of November, the AFEX commodity market summary was mostly in the green. For more information now, join us is Eniola Akindele, market data and research analyst at AFEX. Great to have you on the program.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
All right, so give us a rundown of activities on the exchange.
Okay, thank you. We saw a bullish performance across our key indicators in the last trading week. Our total turnover increased by 82%, moving from 2 billion naira to close at 4 billion naira. For our volumes traded, we saw an increase of 98%, moving from 6.9 million to close at 13.7 million. For total number of deals, our total number of deals increased by 33%, moving from 283 deals to close out at 378 deals. Across our key indices, our commodity index was flat with 455.71 basis points. Our export index, however, increased by 0.57% to close out at 205.35 basis points. For the volumes traded, however, we saw that paddy rice, soybean, and maize were responsible for 70% of the increment. For the prices of our commodities, we saw an increase of 0.48%, totaling a gain of 1 naira 68 kobo to close out at 292 naira 67 kobo for soybean, and paddy rice also increases by 2.69%, totaling a gain of 7 naira 67 kobo to close out at 292 naira 67 kobo. Also, cashew nut increases by 1.82%, totaling a gain of 10 naira to close out at 560 naira per kilogram. However, the prices of maize declined by 12.7%, totaling a loss of 32 naira to close out at 220 naira, while the prices of our other commodity were flat. To know more about us, kindly visit our website at africanexchange.com, and to trade on our platform, kindly download our app, COMEX, on Play Store and iOS Store. Thank you.
That was Eniola Akindele, the market data and research analyst at AFEX, giving us details for activities on the exchange. Let's take the conversation further now. We see inflation levels have shifted both local and international, economic activities, created widespread economic deceleration, and this uncertainty in the global economy has more than ever has created a space for financial market players to take positions in the commodities market and leverage the opportunities available. But are these opportunities still there? Let's talk to Zara Dogona, investment manager, AFEX. Join us right there from Abuja studio. Great to have you on the program.
It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning.
Yeah, so it's a major...
To answer the question.
Yeah, it's a major concern now, currently, with inflationary pressures in the country, and for so long we've seen financial advisors emphasize the need for savings and investments. What do you think should be practiced more at this time?
So without a doubt, I would say investments, because imagine if you were to take your money to the bank for 10 to 12 months, you would have savings as low as you would have returns as low as 4 to 5% compared to a one-year treasury bill that would give you 14 to 15% on that. And just narrowing it down to the commodities market, AFEX took a product to the market sometime in January. This is the AFEX exchange traded commodity. It matured in September, and it did a return of about 24% in 9 months. So when you look at those numbers, savings giving you 4 to 5%, Treasury bills 1 year giving you 14 to 15%, and the AFEX commodities, commodities-backed instruments giving you 23 to 24%. I think you as well can say that investments are definitely better than savings.
Right, investments give more multipliers, but we see the commodities market, outperformed at the beginning of the year, and we all know why. And do you still see opportunity, in the commodities market?
So certainly there is still opportunity in the market. We are at the start of the season, which means that we're still in the harvest season. And with the harvest season, what you would see is a large influx of commodities into the market, which means that there will be excess supply in the market. And that just technically tells you that it's a good time to position yourself to buy. And AFEX comes into position here by giving you a platform to buy and sell these commodities at reasonable prices, and then just watch how those prices go all through the season.
All right.
So, yeah,
what are the
opportunities to take advantage of?
All right. Looking at the market now, what do you think? You know, are the risks to look out for? You know, in the next trading season.
So I would say price volatility risk is the risk that any investor should look out for. Really, because if you don't have a good understanding of the fundamental or technical factors that would affect the market, and this is also what you would see in the equity space, it's very easy for you to lose the value of your money. So you would need to understand what the market is like, and with that, we provide data in terms of daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly reports that shows you the closing prices, as well as the factors that could affect what the value of that commodity is going to be like. So we give you enough information to have a better understanding of what the market is going to be like. And just in terms of mitigating these risks as well, what we have at AFEX are commodities-backed fixed income instruments. So that way you're able to hedge against price volatility risk, as well as hedging against inflation.
All right, what opportunities, you know, are there for investors to take advantage of, you know, during this period?
Okay, as I mentioned from your second question, we are at the start of the trading season, which means that we are still in the harvest season. So it would be a good time for you to take position. I mean, entry and exit into the market is very key, especially within the commodities space. So it would be a good time to come in and buy these commodities on the exchange. And at AFEX Commodities, we provide a platform known as COMEX, where you can trade all of these commodities. And if you're a bit risk averse, we have fixed income instruments as well that you can play in. And I had mentioned from your first question that one of the products that we have is the Fair Trade exchange traded commodity, which we took to market in January and matured in September. We're taking that back to market again in December, and it's very similar to what you would have with mutual funds. And just for listeners that don't understand what mutual funds are, what the exchange-traded commodity is, it's basically a basket of different commodities that are put in, and it tracks the underlying performance of the commodities that are in that basket. And we have a fund manager that actively manages that portfolio. So we took it to market in January this year. What we are doing this season is taking it to market in December, which means that there's a potential for returns to be better than what we saw this year, which was at 24%.
Well, we all want more returns. But looking at it from a global scale now, do you think commodity prices have peaked or are nearing that peaking stage?
Commodity prices are still relatively low. What we're starting to see is stakeholders and market players mopping up the market. So what we expect to see is that prices are going to start rising potentially between the first quarter of 2023. So at that point, the market has been mopped up. We expect that demand will start to overlap supply, and that is when we expect prices to start to rise. And again, with the increase in inflation, I know inflation is currently at 21%, and we've seen the central bank try to curb that by increasing the monetary policy rate to 16.5. So you're going to see, in fact, what we already started to see this year was fund managers moving into the fixed income market. And unfortunately, what we have at AFEX Commodities Exchange is fixed income instruments that are backed by the commodities that we actually have sitting in our warehouses. So we give you the option to either buy or sell these commodities if that's what you want on the exchange, or you can invest in the fixed income instruments that we have. So we expect a positive trading season this year.
All right, positive trading season expected. Thank you so much. That was Zara Dogo, investment manager at AFEX Limited. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure being here. Thank you very much.